$350 for a better seat?
Well, I think JetBlue charges $25 for cross country.
Yeah.
And I think Virgin America charges $40. So it all depends on the airline. And United charges $40 for the emergency exit row.
So as always, if you want something, you ask for it.
You got to ask for it, but
right.
the most important thing is to be friendly to everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, the gate agents can make or break your trip, and so can the
yeah.
flight attendants. So that's why I always bring a box of chocolates, because right there, you just break the ice, and they know you're a good guy or girl, and you know maybe they won't charge you for something.
Screaming at a gate agent is not a wise course of action.
Are you kidding me? They can they'll put a note in the computer, so when you, any kind of agent will. So when you get to the gate, they will. Let's say there's a red flag right there. They're
the flight attendants see those notes?
They get all those notes.
Oh boy.
Yeah, the flight manifest right before the door closes. You'll see a piece of paper coming through, and it has every passenger's info, what you know, how they rank on frequent flyer programs and stuff like that.
Really?
Or if they're a VIP. See, I used to get this VIP message they put on me. That's why people used to think, like, who the heck is Johnny Jet?
Right.
That's why I met my girlfriend, my old girlfriend.
And now you're a real VIP.
No, I'm not a real VIP.
Yes, you are.
No,
you're the most famous guest I've ever had on this show.
What happens when you're the first guest.
How do you get the cheap business class and first class seats?
That's how I got started, because I was dating a princess who would only fly business or first class. And growing up, I never even looked beyond the curtain.
Yeah.
And then she invited me to Hong Kong, and I was like, hey, man, I can't pay $10,000 for a ticket. So I found a consolidator. And you can look, you know, there's all kinds of consolidators, but you got to find a reputable one, and you got to pay by credit card. Don't ever pay by cash, because you get hosed. So there's different sites and newspapers. You can look at ads, but you try and find one that is, you know, a member of the Better Business Bureau, BBB, and or a travel agent.
I have a friend at Picasso Travel. You ever heard of them?
I know who your friend is. I bet.
Oh, really? Yeah. That famous Turkish guy.
Yes.
What's his name? Hussein?
No. He's actually Armenian.
All right.
If we're talking about the same person.
Yeah, we could be.
Yeah.
So that...
And I use him once in a while. And I have another guy, John Decker, I used.
And, all right, so how do you handle hotel bookings?
I pretty much do everything on my own when I'm booking my own travel. But sometimes, you know, if I'm being paid to go somewhere, they do it all. But I like to do everything online. I've researched everything, but I'm relentless. I will call up the hotel. I'll call the 800 number. And then, but the best thing is to call the direct number to the hotel, ask for the person on duty, the manager, and say, do you have any deals? And then try and get free parking thrown in, try and get spas thrown in, or breakfast.
Doesn't that take a lot of nerve to call up a reservation? They say reservations, say, give me your boss.
Don't say reservations, because if you say reservations, they'll reroute you to the 800 number and you'll go nowhere.
What do you call reservations in the actual hotel?
Reservation? The front desk.
Give me the front desk.
Yeah. Always ask for the front desk.
And then you can say on-duty manager, or can I?
Yep.
And then you start saying, give me your best deal.
You say, what can you offer me on these dates? And you can find out. I mean, if there's a conference and they're sold out, you're going to get nothing. But if they're empty, especially if you're calling just a couple days before, they know they're not going to sell that room.
This is unbelievable.
So
you get room upgrades.
Yeah, but you also check online first to see what kind of deals they're offering. So then you know how to go even lower. But what I use, actually, a lot of times is Priceline. For hotels, not air.
Right.
But there's a couple websites that go with Priceline, like betterbidding.com and biddingfortravel.com, and they're message boards, and they show what everyone's paying for hotels. So you know exactly how much to bid, because Priceline will say, we suggest you bid $120. Don't even listen to that. You go to these message boards and you see people are paying $49 for a 4-star hotel on these dates. So you know you most likely will get that. And then you can call up the hotel directly, say, listen, you don't have to pay your fee to Priceline or whatever. I'll give you this $49, but can you also give me free parking or something?
What? That's totally defeating the system.
No, it's not.
Are there any Priceline reps around here?
I hope not.
All right, John, how do you make money?
How do I make money?
Tell me as much detail as you can.
I run a topless donut shop in LA. I make money by people clicking on my website. Going to the website, there's advertising, or they're booking trips. Like, all those big guys pay me. But they're paying me like a very little fee. And it doesn't cost the user any money. So Expedia, Travelocity, whatever, Orbitz, they all pay.
I saw you have something called Booking Buddy.
Booking Buddy, they pay me.
And Booking Buddy consolidates all the websites.
It's a really cool search engine. You just put in your cities and dates once, and then the next page comes up and it says, okay, do you want to search on Orbitz, Travelocity, Expedia, JetBlue, whatever, and you click them all. That way you don't have to keep putting in your cities and dates.
Right, right. And you get comparative pricing.
Yep.
And somehow you get credit for this, these
Every time
sales or these clicks.
Every time someone does a search, I get paid.
Oh, very nice.
So make sure you go home and just
start clicking away. And,
Uh,
well, that pays for the website, but what about your travel? The travel is the most expensive thing there is.
Well, a lot of times, airlines, tourism boards, hotels, governments, whatever, will pay me to come check out their property, airline, or country, or city, or whatever. And they'll pay my travel.
And what do you promise in return?
I don't promise anything.
Nothing.
And I will write.
Well, you got to write something.
Oh, I promise a story.
Right.
But I can't promise it's going to be good, because you have to be honest. You have to write however it is. And
otherwise, you're of no value.
No one will ever trust you.
Right.
And you know, all these magazines that say they don't take freebies, they're full of it. Because I've been on these press trips where their writers are on there. The difference is that I actually say at the bottom of my story, this trip was sponsored by so-and-so. So you have to be honest. And I've had PR people call me up and say, listen, you can't write that about our airline, that we have terrible food. I'm like, it's true. I'm not going to lie. And I just did, by the way.
But you just lied.
No, I just wrote about it.
No, I know. But your chances of being invited back are lessened.
You know what?
Right?
I used to think that, but it's not true. They want me to come back and
to show the improvement.
Yes, and actually it helps the airline, the hotel, or whatever, because they need to know about these concerns. And there are websites out there where they can log on and see what other people are seeing. But the problem with these websites, it could be their competitor, it could be an angry employee, so they don't know really who to trust. So that's why they actually like me coming to review their stuff, because they know they're going to get an honest answer.
But if you had to advise a young person about your career, it's kind of, what can you possibly say? You can't plan on what you've accomplished.
No.
The fifth biggest website
Travel
in the
blog,
travel blog is, how did...
You know, I got lucky. I got lucky when I got started. I never did it for money. I just did it just for the love of travel and the share. Because, you know, growing up, I was so afraid to leave my house, leave my town, and especially leaving the country. And now I think everyone should just get out and see the world, because it will make this place a lot better if everyone knows other cultures.
Yeah, travel's the best education.
Without a doubt.
By far.
Without a doubt.
By far.
So.
We're going to take a little break now, and be right back with Johnny Jet. Welcome back to the Steve Perillo Travel Show with my guest, John DiScala, who you may better know as Johnny Jet.
Johnny Jet.
Welcome back, Johnny Jet.
Thank you.
So you travel quite a bit. What is it, about half of your life is on the road?
I travel, actually, I'm probably gone 300 days a year.
300?
Yeah, I need to add it up. It's been I've already been to 17 countries since January. And
what is it like when you've been on the road for 4 weeks and you lay down in your bed, your own bed? I mean, normal people, they look forward to that.
I'm going to know that tomorrow night, because I've been gone for 5 weeks and I haven't been home. So first thing I'm going to do is change the sheets.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to just not get out of bed for the next morning. But I love being home. I live in one of the best places in the world, Manhattan Beach, California. So it's like vacation for me. But, you know, but what's crazy is that when I travel, you know, I don't want to leave my house, first of all. But when I leave my house, I don't want to go home. So it's just weird. I can't explain it.
Even though travel is full of hassles, especially getting there,
you know
but you seem to turn that into an art form.
You have to be mentally prepared, and you have to accept everything. That's what sometimes makes it fun, are the different challenges. But one of the big tips is you never check a bag. Because if you check a bag, then you're limited to that one flight. So if something goes wrong with that flight, I can always jump onto another one. And because they're saying, was your bag checked? They're like, because if it's checked, they're not going to let me go on another flight. So I never check bags. I mean, I rarely ever check bags.
Well, what do you do? If you're going away for a long time, you ship them? Or,
no, domestically, I'll ship. FedEx, it costs $20 for like a 20-pound bag if you do it 5 days in advance on ground. Internationally, I will check a bag.
Right, okay.
If it's a wintertime or a real long trip.
All right, you've been all around the world. What haven't you seen?
I haven't seen a lot.
You've been to Russia, China.
There's so many places I haven't been that it's crazy.
Is that right? You're worse than I am.
No, I mean, there's a lot of places to go. I mean, although I go to at least 20 countries a year, and I try to go to 10 new countries a year. That's my new goal the last few years.
Everyone wants to know your favorite place in our last minute here.
Italy.
Italy? You're full of it. Come on.
I'm half Italian. I do love Italy. I love Asia. I love Australia. I was just in Australia I love Europe, Asia,
Who has the best food in the world?
Italy, without a doubt.
Who has...
And Malaysia has really good food too.
I bet.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for coming.
Thanks for having me.